I have some questions for you before we read a very short passage. Number one, do the feelings of the individual writer come through in the words? Is there enthusiasm and commitment to the topic? Is the tone perfect for the topic and purpose? Last, does the author show feelings rather than just tell them? Here's the short story. In fact, in the beginning, I was just as excited as my mother, maybe even more so. I picture this prodigy part of me as many different images, trying each one on for size. I was a dainty ballerina girl standing by the curtains, waiting to hear the right music that would send me floating on my tiptoes. I was like the Christ child lifted out of the straw manger, crying with holy indignity. I was Cinderella stepping from her pumpkin carriage with sparkly cartoon music filling the air. Welcome again to another lesson. Today we are going to talk how to find your voice in writing. Finding our voice in writing is important in order to capture the attention and hearts of our readers. Don't forget the last line, to capture the attention and hearts of our readers. In this slide, we are going to talk about how to develop your voice in your writing. When we write, it is important to take note of the following. First, each writer has a distinct personality, meaning people can know about your character, people can understand your attitude while reading your written output. Each writer has passions, opinions, prejudices, or bias, and information. And all of these may be seen in our compositions. Words should capture the writer's personality. Writers with strong voice capture the reader's attention with individuality, liveliness, and energy. Strong voice makes the writer's purpose clear. Strong voice helps readers experience the emotions of the writer and understand the writer's ideas. I believe this is the most important thing that we need to remember. Lastly, careful word choice, punctuation, paragraphing, and style help strengthen a writer's voice. A writer's distinctive style is referred to as voice, and it can be influenced by word choice, sentence structure, meaning the way the author constructs a sentence, and tone, the writer's attitude toward his or her subject. Developing a unique voice can take time. The tips and activities below will help you get started. The chart below shows examples from the launch text Grounded that contribute to the author's voice. Let's talk about word choice. We see that the writer used at the top of her lungs instead of saying singing lively or singing actively or singing happily. In the second example, varied sentence structure and dialogue. We took off. Grandma drove slowly, maybe too slowly. Bueno, she said with a nod. We can see here that the writer used a different language, specifically bueno. Why? Probably the writer wants to inform the readers of the grandma's ethnicity, something like that. And lastly, reflective, genuine tone. But how could I say any of this? I was so relieved I could have cried. We can see here that the writer used questioning technique for his or her written output. How to develop voice in writing? To develop your voice in writing, you should ask yourself the following questions. What should the tone of my narrative be? What emotions do I want the audience to experience? Lastly, how can I make my personality as a narrator more authentic or more real? That's it for today. I hope you've learned something. Please don't forget to develop your voice in your writing.